Just released. Absolute shocker for Philadelphia. Eagles Nation, we are witnessing what could be the biggest trade blow up in recent memory. Urgent! This is not a drill. The landscape of the NFC East is shifting beneath our feet as we speak. Before we dive into this massive Eagles bombshell that is rocking the foundations of the NovaCare complex, do me a huge favor. Drop your name and the city you are repping down in the comments section right now. I want to give a massive shout out to some of our most loyal fans in the very next video, so let us know where the bird's nest is located for you. Whether you're watching from South Philly, the Jersey Shore, or halfway across the world, I want to hear from you. And while you're down there, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe with notifications turned on. You do not want to miss a single second of the coverage we have coming your way as this A.J. Brown situation continues to escalate into a full-blown sports emergency. Eagles fans, we have to talk about the reality that is staring us right in the face. It feels like just yesterday we were celebrating the arrival of one of the most physically dominant wide receivers this city has ever seen. We remember the trade during the draft, the immediate impact, and the way he revolutionized this offense alongside Jalen Hurts. But today, the vibes are different. The atmosphere has shifted. We are hearing reports that are sending shockwaves through the 215. The Philadelphia Eagles and A.J. Brown are moving closer and closer to what can only be described as a high-profile divorce. This isn't just speculation anymore. This is a situation with a clear trajectory and a specific trade partner already waiting in the wings. According to the latest reports from insiders and a bombshell ESPN report, the Eagles have found a willing partner in the New England Patriots. This deal, while not officially finalized with the league office yet, is reportedly on the table and moving toward a conclusion that will change the face of this roster forever. The details coming out of this are absolutely wild. We are looking at a scenario where Philadelphia and New England have been in deep discussions for quite some time. The framework of an offer is sitting right there, waiting for the calendar to turn. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why wouldn't this happen right now? Why wait? The answer, as it always is with Howie Roseman and the Eagles front office, comes down to the cold, hard math of the NFL salary cap. The report indicates that the Eagles are looking to send A.J. Brown to the Patriots on or after June 1. This isn't about lack of urgency, it's about financial survival. If the Eagles were to pull the trigger on a trade for Brown prior to that June 1 deadline, it would trigger a catastrophic $43 million dead money hit against the cap. That is an impossible number to swallow for a team trying to stay in a championship window. However, by waiting until that June 1 date, that dead money number drops significantly to a much more manageable $16 million. It is the type of savvy, calculated move we've come to expect from the front office, even if it means we have to sit on our hands and wait while the tension builds. This means we won't see A.J. Brown traded during the NFL draft this week. The cap hit is just too steep to ignore. But don't let that fool you into thinking the deal isn't essentially locked in. The Patriots have been the primary suitor for Brown throughout this entire offseason cycle. There is a deep personal connection there that cannot be ignored. Brown has a long-standing and incredibly strong relationship with Mike Vrabel, who is now heading things up in New England. They spent years together with the Tennessee Titans, and that bond is a major driving factor in why the Patriots have become the preferred destination for the star receiver. It seems the Eagles are actually inclined to honor Brown's request and send him somewhere he truly wants to be, especially after the frustrations that have been bubbling under the surface for the past few seasons. We've seen the sideline heated exchanges, we've heard the cryptic social media posts, and we've felt the growing disconnect between Brown and the direction of the Eagles' offense. The Patriots are desperate for a spark. After what can only be described as a total disaster in Super Bowl LX, New England is willing to do whatever it takes to fix their wide receiver room and get back to the pinnacle of the sport. They see A.J. Brown as the missing piece, the alpha dog who can redefine their passing game. And for the Eagles, the motivation is all about the future. While most fans are focused on the immediate draft picks in this year's class, Howie Roseman is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. The Eagles aren't necessarily looking for 2024 draft capital in this specific deal. Instead, they are eyeing the 2027 and 2028 seasons. It sounds like a long way off, but the logic is sound. Philadelphia currently has only 6 draft picks in 2027 and 7 in 2028. Roseman wants to stockpile premium assets for those years, because this current draft class is viewed by many scouts as not being as deep or as top-heavy as previous years. By targeting a first-round pick from the Patriots in 2027, The Eagles are essentially making a bet on the Patriots' continued struggle. If New England stays in the bottom half of the league or misses the postseason entirely, that pick could easily land in the top 15 or even the top 10. Even if they manage to sneak into the playoffs and get bounced early, the Eagles are still looking at a pick in the early 20s for a player they feel is ready to move on. It's a long-term play that ensures the Eagles have the resources to rebuild or reload down the line, maintaining the franchise's health for the next decade. There were other teams interested, of course. You don't have a talent like A.J. Brown on the block without getting a dozen phone calls. But the Patriots have been the front-runner from day one because of the willingness to meet the Eagles' specific demands for future capital and the player's personal desire to reunite with his former coach. Now, let's talk about the contingency plan, because you know the Eagles never do anything without a backup plan already in motion. Despite the public statements from Howie Roseman claiming that A.J. Brown is still an Eagle, the actions of the front office this offseason tell a completely different story. They have been operating as if A.J. Brown is already gone. Think about the moves they've made. They went out and secured Hollywood Brown in free agency. They brought in Elijah Moore. They even made a move for Dontavian Wicks to bolster the depth at the wide receiver position. These aren't just depth moves. These are foundational shifts. The Eagles are pivoting. They are preparing to transition the entire passing game to center around Devonta Smith as the clear-cut WR1. We all know what Devonta is capable of. He is the Slim Reaper, a technician with some of the best hands in the business. By moving Brown, the Eagles are essentially clearing the way for Smith to take that final step into superstardom as the undisputed focal point of the air attack. But they aren't done yet. The word around the league is that Philadelphia is laser-focused on the wide receiver position in the upcoming draft. They aren't just looking for bodies. They are looking for a true A.J. Brown replacement to groom on day 1 or day 2. With 4 of the first 98 picks in this draft, including a first, a second, and 2/3, the Eagles have the ammunition to move around and grab exactly who they want. They want to replicate the lost production of Brown through a combination of veteran savvy from guys like Hollywood Brown and Elijah Moore and the fresh, explosive talent of a high-round rookie. It's about building a more balanced, perhaps less volatile, receiving course that fits the evolving vision of this offense. The price tag for a player like Brown has already been established by the market. We saw the benchmark set when Jalen Waddle was traded to the Denver Broncos. In that deal, Denver gave up a 2026 first-round pick, a 2026 third-round pick, and a 2026 fourth-round pick for Waddle. Since Waddle is a couple of years younger than the 27-year-old Brown, the Eagles know they can demand a similar, if not higher, level of compensation. They want that first-round pick to be the starting point of the conversation. The Patriots have their 2027 first-rounder ready to go, and they also have their own third-rounder for that same year. If the Eagles can secure that package, they will have successfully turned a player who was becoming a locker room question mark into a goldmine of future assets. This is a bittersweet moment for Philly fans. We loved the Swole Batman era. We loved the big plays and the way he bullied cornerbacks. But in the NFL, you have to know when to sell. You have to know when a relationship has run its course before it turns toxic and ruins the chemistry of the whole team. If the reports are true and the deal is essentially waiting for the June 1st calendar flip, we are looking at a new era of Eagles football. An era where Devonta Smith leads the way, where Hollywood Brown provides the vertical threat, and where the Eagles have a war chest of draft picks that would make any other GM in the league jealous. It's the Philadelphia way, always looking 3 steps ahead, always maximizing value, and never being afraid to make the tough, unpopular decision if it means a better future for the franchise. The rumors are flying, the cap numbers are being crunched, and the Patriots are waiting on the other end of the line. This offseason has been a roller coaster, but this A.J. Brown news is the biggest loop-de-loop yet. We're going to be tracking this every single hour, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel for every update, every leak, and every official announcement as it happens. The birds are changing, and we're here to make sure you don't miss a beat. The drama is high, the stakes are even higher, and the future of the Eagles offense is hanging in the balance. It's a wild time to be a fan in Philadelphia, but then again, when is it ever quiet in the city of brotherly love? Now that you've heard the full breakdown of this potential blockbuster trade, and the reasons why the Eagles are looking to move on from one of their biggest stars, I have to ask you the big question. Eagles fans, do you think trading A.J. Brown to the Patriots for future first-round picks is the right move for the long-term success of this team? Or are we making a massive mistake by letting a talent like him walk out the door? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be jumping in there to talk with you guys, so let's get the debate started right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. Go Birds!